Schefter can. I like that. I want that on the whole time so I can see him. Like, if he's got something. Okay, thank you. They're telling me that we can do that here at ESPN. We have a lot more coming your way as we talk through some of the most notable. I know. Where's Adam? Go back, Adam. The most notable names that have already found new destinations. This is a day where the entire NFL is reshaped. It's so exciting as just a fan of this league to think about how it's going to look so different. And where will Kyler Murray go? You see his name up there. He still doesn't have a team. There are some ideas. Maybe Minnesota for Kyler Murray. We'll talk about possible destiny.
Most Cowboys making a trade for Sean Gary.
Schefter needs to put a tweet up.
Well, there is going to be a flurry of activity today where we're going to see players changing teams.
There's going to be a lot more highlights of that, okay? And Adam is working as we speak. Anything you can tell us right now, Adam, or do we need to come right back to you?
Yeah, Lauren, a few things. John Franklin Myers, the former Broncos, he's signing with the Titans for 3 years, $63 million, $42 guaranteed. And Charlie Kohler is signing with the Chargers. So he's signing a 3-year, $24.3 million deal with the Los Angeles Chargers. There's a lot going on here. I apologize.
Hello.
We got to get these things up.
Yes, listen, no, do not apologize. You're trying to
Do your work.
speak
Do your
and
work.
talk at the same time. Adam, by the way, sign up that thing on your screen right there. What is that thing called? The scan thing?
QR code.
Thank you. Sign up on the screen for some breaking news alerts. Let's go to John Franklin Myers. Information from Jeremy. We'll get back to Adam in moments as more breaking news comes in. But what do we know about
Franklin Myers? Tennessee Titans. Robert Saleh gets his man from the Jets. 3 years, $63 million, $42 million guaranteed. So he was one of those names that was a hot name that might have surprised some people. Not a household name, but he's got pass rush, interior D-line. Those guys are pretty rare in free agency, so he got paid.
It's that familiarity again, right? So when you have coaches in the front office, people who know you, or rather you can vouch to the front office as a coach for a certain player, and those kind of deals you're looking for. That's exactly the situation you want.
All right, we've seen some tight ends get paid as well. Ravens tight end Charlie Kohler, you just heard Adam talking about that. There's a lot of money to be spent, already a lot that's been spent, okay? And here's what we've got to look at. As far as the potential big spenders this offseason, the Raiders have the most space at $119 million, followed by the Titans, Commanders, Chargers, and Jets. We've already seen the Raiders go for a big splash with Tyler Linderbaum, presumably, to protect Fernando Mendoza. Adam, tell us more about the Linderbaum deal.
Well, it is the biggest deal given to an interior offensive lineman ever. The Raiders and Ravens were busy on Friday night sending Max Crosby to the Ravens, and now, in an indirect way, Tyler Linderbaum now goes back to the Raiders on a 3-year, $81 million deal, $27 million a year. Ask Lewis what he thinks of $27 million a year for a center. And it's interesting, his agent was Neil Cornrich, who did a deal at the outset of free agency for Kirk Loudermilk to become the highest paid center of the first year of free agency. Anyway, Jalen Naylor goes back to Las Vegas, where he's from. A $35 million deal, including 23 guaranteed. So there are 2 big pickups for the Las Vegas Raiders. As for the tight ends we talked about before, Isaiah Likely goes to the New York Giants, reunites with John Harbaugh, his head coach, on a 3-year, $40 million deal with the New York Giants, who added a weapon for Jackson Dart. John Harbaugh knows exactly how good Isaiah Likely is, and they signed him today. The Ravens lose 2 tight ends, Likely to the Giants, and of course, Kohler to the Chargers.
Yo, Trev, appreciate you, brother. Sorry, I didn't see that. Did you drill 1 or 2 transfer? I drilled 2. Appreciate you, Trev. I didn't get to see what that was, though, but I appreciate the fuck out of you, dog. It's awesome. You know, I actually get to keep that this time. That's incredible.
We're back to you in just a moment, Adam. He will continue to work.
Somebody gave me a Galaxy over there. You know how much they gave me? $3.99. Unbelievable, bro. So, Trev, I appreciate the fuck out of you, bro. Crazy. So, if you guys want to donate to me here rather than there, because, yeah, I like it here, but I appreciate that, dude. It's just, I'd rather get what you're giving me rather than give it to fucking them.
you're bringing.
This is the first time I'm able to use this fucking Brown for Brown.
Get Max Crosby. I'm going to steal Mike Tannenbaum's word that he loves. It is a force multiplier, and not just based on what he brings physically to the football game, the intangibles of leadership and effort. All of those things go into playing football the Ravens way. If anybody should play for the Raiders and then play for the Ravens, it's a guy like Max Crosby.
And then on the other side of this, you see the Raiders say, all right, we're going to draft Fernando Mendoza. We need to do something to protect him. And they do that. That's Jeremy's Mike's still hot there. Just want to make sure.
Using Brown for Brown. You know?
Jeremy working, Adam's working. How about bringing Linderbaum in and saying, this is going to be a key piece. The center is so important for a young.
So I was at the bowling alley yesterday, and they had the TV on, and there was a guy. He was making paintings on the screen, and they were brown. And I'm like, bro, why does he look like he's using shit to draw his pictures or whatever, right? The guy was using cow shit to paint his. He was using shit to paint his paintings with. That's the Brown. The Browns.
You knew then, look, if you're going to play in that market at that time, you know you're going to really you're going to be market resetter. You just are.
I was like, what the hell? I was like, this is what we playing in bowling alleys?
So you want to make sure, and you don't know exactly what other players have kind of in their pocket.
Man, we weren't
So
going
you're
to
saying,
get the top
if I have the cap
yesterday.
space and we
Why?
have the cash out
You see
here,
how we watching your show
we're going to
yesterday?
make sure we don't.
Oh, no, I heard about it. 710s galore, I heard.
We got to make sure he's straight.
Yeah, they were using cow shit. Yeah, I was like, that's gross.
And Tyler, hey, you told him to take though, Ryan.
But
He's legit. He's legit player.
Well, also the other piece of it is this though: when you're going to have a rookie quarterback, you want a veteran force that can set the protection, right? That can lead the offense. And now it takes some of that off of Fernando Mendoza if he is the first overall pick, to where he doesn't have to be acclimating himself to the pro game and also delegating and dictating everything offensively.
Ashton Genty is going.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Ashton Genty, who I still believe is an incredible running back in this game. We did not get to see what that was because he didn't have anything to run behind last year. Jeremy is back. Anything you need to share? We're going to wait.
Just putting the finishing touches on the John Franco Myers deal.
Love it.
Bengals were well above $20 million on an interior lineman, so the Bengals are going to be really busy with the D-line. The San Francisco 49ers, those are the two that were in on it.
They need to just stay on the D-line.
We were on Tyler Lindenbaum?
In free agency, in the
Sonny.
draft, in every possible.
We were in on him? I would have loved that. Probably couldn't afford it, though.
All the action, and as you can see, some of the highlighted names are the big names that are off the board. Some huge ones. Mike Evans goes to the 49ers. Isaiah likely goes to
Rashid Shaheed? I'll take Rashid Shaheed as a fucking returner, but we got Sky Moore, so we ain't ain't going nowhere.
Their spots. We'll keep you updated on all of that. Kyler Murray, a big name, but we'll keep an eye out for that, of course. Maybe not until later in the week, of course. And here's some notable moves from the
That's
team
cool.
today. They've been busy. First, we got news that Travis Kelce
First super on live stream. Thank you, guys.
Kenneth Walker and defensive tackle Kyrus Tonga, they agreed to trade corner Trent McDuck to Rams for 4 picks, including the number 29 pick in this year's draft. So they add more picks. They let corner Jalen Watson go to the Rams in free agency. Look at Patrick Mahomes. He's pumped about adding Kenneth Walker, and I agree he should be pumped.
Yeah, he finally fucking got a run game.
Look like with a player like Kenneth Walker in the fold, Lewis, what comes to mind, especially knowing that they may be a little slower out the gates getting Patrick Mahomes healthy.
Yeah, look, Brett Veach, their general manager, said this at the combine in his media availability. He said one of the number one ways we can help Patrick Mahomes is really to improve the run game. Simple as that. He's got to have somebody to turn around and hand the football off to. That even if it's not getting Ryan, even if it's not getting 4+, which is really what the line of demarcation, like you want to get 4+ running the football, you still have a credible threat. Kenneth Walker showed you he can do that. Kenneth Walker showed you. Look, he put the hurt on some people in the postseason with those thick lower body legs that he's got right there, and the home run speed that he has. And you know what? Exactly. So it's the explosives, right? That's what they're after. They would have loved to obviously have sat there and probably thought, you know what, we can get Jeremiah Love, there's no question about it. But you know that they can't.
Yeah, don't wait on
You know that they can't.
He's going to go before 9,
That's right.
right?
And you know as a GM, look, you're trying to fill as many needs as possible in free agency. So the draft, you don't have to force and you let it come.
You know what this also shows, though? It's so good to be on a great team,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Having those extra games in those
Okay.
big moments, that matters. It puts you on a stage. in
Yes,
front of people.
Butch, we did.
It puts you on a stage
This guy
when
AJ
nobody else is
AJ
playing.
won.
And when you're making people miss in the backfield, when you're turning 40-yard runs into 40-yard runs, and you're a team like the Kansas City Chiefs that say, wait,
Oh,
I think that's Nate's.
okay.
Left on one.
Thanks, buddy.
I don't know who that is. That's a nice one.
Fucking A.
They'll resell it.
NBA negotiations ahead of tomorrow's deadline.
Plus, one of the biggest pitchers in baseball, huge decision he's got to make, one that could cost him $400 million. We're going to explain that. But as Amina mentioned, huge day in the NFL. Negotiating period for free agents began at noon. Guys are signing left and right.
They definitely are. Breaking news here on SportsCenter. The Raiders and center Tyler Linderbaum have agreed to a 3-year, $81 million deal with $60 million guaranteed. Sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter.
Now, the Dolphins opened the day by moving on from their former franchise quarterback. The team announced it's releasing Tua Tagovailoa and taking on his $99 million dead cap hit, which they'll parlay over 2 years, replacing him with Malik Willis, Packers backup, now the main man in Miami.
How about the Packers also made a trade today, agreeing to send edge rusher Rashawn Gary to Dallas. The deal comes less than 7 months after the Cowboys sent edge rusher Michael Parsons to Green Bay.
How about the Panthers?
So obviously this was a deal of necessity. As Jeremy alluded to, Patrick Mahomes may not be Superman from day
And this
one.
is yours. Here, brother. You gonna get your brother to turn it, baby? We gonna get that back.
Kelsey will return to the Chiefs for
Sound like
14
Beach.
season.
Just saying,
My
like,
team
I
said
thought he
less
was
than a month
like that.
ago that these two should part ways. What do you think of this move?
Yeah, and all the Taylor Swift fans. I'm not on their show.
Then I
Yeah,
ordered
it
a
doesn't make sense to me, and here's why, guys. If we were
Crown
drafting the
Vic
Kansas
Pearl.
City Chief players
Yeah,
a couple
stealth
of weeks
mode for the
ago,
wall.
I think, in my opinion,
stealth
Trent
mode?
McDuffie, he may have been
That's
the
stealth mode
second
hybrid.
best player.
Oh, I was gonna be like, why are we putting this old ass ball on the wall?
Nah, the new one.
I don't understand why you would trade away somebody like Trent McDuffie and then bring back Travis Kelce, who is a great player. Let me be clear. But he is close to the end. So if it was a little bit of a rebuild, knowing that maybe Patrick Mahomes won't be Superman this year, we can get more draft choices for McDuffie. That makes sense. But to bring back someone like Travis Kelce, when you're in the front office, you have to be disciplined. You have to pay a player for what he's willing to do, not what he's done.
Well, I love Travis Kelce coming back because he is the security blanket for Patrick Mahomes as he is working back from the ACL injury. He led them in receptions, he led them in receiving yards, and he was tied for first in receiving touchdowns. So what better way? Number one, you got Kenneth Walker the third, who's going to take off a lot of pressure on Patrick Mahomes. And then not only have his tight end, his safety valve, a guy that he is connected with since he became a starter for Kansas City. So
Big ass book bag. I thought we're tactical is crazy. It's a tactical backpack. Yeah, so is your sister. She's tactical too. Sound like a beach.
Because, you know, the Dolphins, they move on from Tua. We knew that was probably going to happen. But they're going to take that.
Well, he's went outside, but I think that ball is going to be a big seller.
Well, the front office there likes
A lot of people are throwing that ball right now.
General Manager John Eric Sullivan, they're comfortable with him. They've seen him grow under Matt LaFleur and what he can be. And just talking to people around the league, his up is high. He's got a lot of power in his legs and his arm. Now, he's raw. Can you run a full offense around him is the question right now. But they feel good about this, and they also feel like the contract isn't crazy enough for if they had to get out of it at some point. Even though it's a 3-year deal, they probably could. So this, to me, is somebody with upside that they can develop, but there's also a hedge a little bit. They want to rebuild a little bit in the future and draft somebody else.
Barry, let me get your thoughts on this, because the Dolphins could have went a number of ways there at quarterback. They could have drafted one. They could have stuck with Quinn Ewers. They could have also drafted a quarterback in 2027, because there's some talented quarterbacks coming in another year. But they decided to go with Willis. Give me your reaction to it.
Yeah, Malik Willis is still a young man, and he doesn't have a lot of tread on the tires, but the offensive system that he was in Green Bay under Matt LaFleur is the same offensive system he's going to be running under offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick. Bobby Slowick goes all the way back 2011, 2013, when Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator for the Washington Redskins at the time. But Malik Willis is a guy that the athleticism is definitely there. I love the fact that he learned 2 years on how to play the quarterback position, sitting behind Jordan Love. And then when he got his opportunities, he was able to shine as well. The general manager, John Eric Sullivan, he was there in Green Bay, so he knows them in and out. The head coach, Jeff Hafley, he was the defensive coordinator in Green Bay. He went against Malik Willis damn near every day. So I love this signing by the Miami Dolphins. It's also told me, if you were going to move forward and move on from Tua Tagovailoa, you better
Yeah, I think that'll be the best transitional ball that they've had in years when it comes to symmetrical pearls. Because that hammerhead pearl is trash.
I was fortunate. The 96 Jets won one game, and Coach Parcells told everybody, we have to establish ourselves. We have to establish credibility. That's exactly what Malik Willis does. Talent and character. It establishes a new head coach, a new GM with.
I think it'll be something that they haven't had in a while.
And as Jeremy alluded to,
It's not such a low differential that it doesn't feel like it'll get around the corner. It's enough RG to get the ball up the lane, so.
Day one, something they're going to need with a new head coach.
Oh, that's trash.
Let's go to the other side of this situation. Jeremy, now Tua Tagovailoa is a free agent. Who might be interested in him?
The Atlanta Falcons have zeroed in on Tua. They're looking at him. I expect today, now that he's been released, that they could have a Zoom call with him, which is within NFL rules. Coaches can meet with him for up to an hour, make sure the fit is correct. But this is a quarterback that they are pursuing, and there have been whispers about this for a few weeks now. And you got 2 left-handers now.
Lefty quarterbacks, huh?
It makes sense. They feel like, even though the arm strength of Tua isn't elite at this stage, they feel like with his
It wasn't elite at any stage.
they can create yards after catch opportunities for him. So then the next domino will be the Minnesota Vikings. And who do they want to sign? They have Kyler Murray, who will be interested. They have Geno Smith and others. That's the big domino.
You know the expression, you had me had a low?
Yeah.
I will tell you this, the Atlanta Falcons, they have Tua at $1.3 million. So that is what's going to catch their eye. Now look, for Tua to be successful, what does he need? A strong offensive line. Atlanta has an excellent offensive line. They did a great job protecting Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix a year ago, and he needs a strong running game. Arguably the best running back in the game, Bijan Robinson. So if I'm Tua and I'm trying to reestablish myself, not knowing the availability of Michael Penix, this is a great fit for him. get with Kevin Stefanski, be well protected, and see where we are in 2027.
Harry, what about you? What do you think of this move, of this potential move with Tua Tagovailoa possibly going to the Falcons?
So for the Atlanta Falcons in their offense, when you have a Bijan Robinson, you have a Drake London, you have a Kyle Pitts who's on the franchise tag and he's coming back. You need a quarterback to play point guard and distribute the football to those guys so they can do what they do.
Yes, I have. With quick plug, yes.
Top 10 picks in the first round and have not.
That's the way you put that, a popsicle. Yeah.
Position number one, it's about health. Now, Tua has had issues with that, with the concussions. Hopefully, he's going to be fine moving forward. But like Mike T alluded to, if you can get him at a $1 million price or $1.3 million, you can't beat that. And he's also a left-handed quarterback like Michael Penix Jr. So it's not going to be a drastic change when you look at your quarterback throwing the football to receivers and tight ends and those guys having to adjust to it, because it definitely comes out the hand different from a left-hander than it does a right-hander.
A lot of moves in the NFL so far. However, Mike T, your favorite one to this point?
Tyler Lindenbaum to the Las Vegas Raiders for a stunning $27 million a year. Highest paid center was Creed Humphrey at $18 million. But if we were running the Raiders, they were last in the league in sacks allowed, and we're drafting Fernando Mendoza. We need 3 more Lindenbaums, whatever the price is. I like when my wife goes shopping, whatever the price is. I'll just tell you, like, they need to protect Mendoza. This was a great signing.
I think I know about Mike Tannenbaum. He likes to build from the inside out.
Yeah,
Guy who Nick Mangold, God rest his soul. Shaw Ferguson.
Yeah.
I'll take 5 minutes.
Also, your wife and myself, we have that in common. Just throw it in the bag. Doesn't even matter what the price
What
is.
did it
Yeah, right. They'll be with us all throughout the show.
Fabulous.
Thanks so much, guys.
By the way, more breaking news here in the Sports Center. The Saints have agreed to a 4-year, $52
I am
million
from
deal
New
with
Jersey,
quarterback
but
Travis
I am
Etienne.
Spanish.
Sources tell Adam Schefter, Etienne career high 13 touchdowns last season in Jacksonville, rushed for over 1,000 yards for the 3rd time in his career.
Brian and Amina back here with you on Sports Center. That negotiation window open in the NFL. We got some breaking news. After 12 years in Tampa Bay, wide receiver Mike Evans is expected to sign a 3-year contract with the Niners, sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter. Evans' streak of 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons came to an end last year when he suffered a broken collarbone in Week 7. Mike Evans is leaving Tampa Bay as the greatest receiver in the franchise's history. He's a franchise leader in receiving yards, receptions, and receiving touchdowns over his 12-year tenure as a Buccaneer.
Oh, well, welcome in.
Jeremy Fowler, Jeremy Courtney here with us right now. Big news in the NFL with that Mike Evans trade. Jeremy, I'll come to you first. Your reaction to that?
Yeah, this just went down. So Mike Evans was serious that he could leave Tampa Bay. A lot of people didn't believe him. A lot of people around the league thought that he would be back with the Bucs, but he wanted a few things. He wanted a brilliant play caller. He wanted an elite quarterback. He wanted the chance to win a Super Bowl, and he wanted a lot of targets.
I hear this, right?
In San Francisco, which was sneaky in the receiver market. They looked at Alec Pierce and Romeo Doubs and some of these top options. They landed on Mike Evans, which could change their offense. He can still really play at a high level in his 30s.
Super Bowl odds go from 20-1 to 18-1. Odds to win the NFC from 10-1 down to 9-1. I'd be looking to go the other way on that. It's a nice add at wide receiver. Was that really their problem? The Niners had a lot of problems with the defense.
I agree.
Offensive line could use some help. You got a tough division, tough schedule. And Evans, like you just said, coming off a year where he's battling some injuries, not exactly in his prime. So, good player. Who's going to help the wide receiver unit, but I think it's probably an overpay here.
Okay, so Jay, obviously the Chiefs made a ton of moves today. Why don't you walk us through?
Yeah, so they have a new running back, Kenneth Walker. So they are loading up. They want to be able to run the ball with more explosion. So they did.
That's what I said. He just has to be able to fucking play, bro. That's where I feel like we run into a fucking problem when last year we stayed hurt. Now you're going to go get players that are injury prone. Like, I don't know. I wasn't, he's, and I said this right before we picked him, found out. I was like, he's old, but got to play, bro. So if you're available and you can ball out. Oh, what's up, Papa? You good?
I'll follow up on Friday.
Okay, cool.
Try to see, because she's supposed to put the other one in for the regular, and she never did. She was like, I'm the one to handle it. And I'm like, well, you never got back to it. She was like, yeah, so I could appreciate it. If you could,
It's a good player, but again, they're paying a lot of money for him. He's still got issues at wide receiver. It's been inconsistent for a while. Travis Kelce's back. Great. He's coming off the worst season of his career. The quarterback quarterback's coming off
The
an
human.
ACL
So that way I
injury.
can
Defensively, you
so you
lost
put it in
both
your fridge,
starting
you have it.
quarters. Chris Evans, or excuse me, Chris Jones,
You
second
want something?
return,
I might do
32
some more. I
years
ate all
old.
day. You want something?
Sure, where you going?
Sorry,
Given
Hardy.
how tricky the schedule is, and they've
Tenders
got
works for
really
me.
difficult crossovers, I think they're gonna the NFC West.
Tenders,
I would drop
medium fries, and just like Coke Zero.
Look, it's also been a busy morning for the Dolphins as well. Jeremy, take us
You
to
want
the moves
some?
that
You
they've
want
done.
pizza?
I mean,
The
don't think
Marcos?
they're
The
quarterback,
Rockies?
Malik Willis. I don't expect them to make a lot of moves, but this move they were
Less
destined to make
carbs.
because of the
Understood.
Because I'm gonna have big carb dinner.
Oh, yeah.
I think your boy did 3 miles or 2.5 miles this morning, so
I
stay somewhat, you know, not as good. Yeah, I just, for me, it was, you know, I like Juwan, but he's not a #1 receiver. He's a dog, like, plays kind of dirty sometimes, but I don't feel like we're going to keep him anyway. And he'll be a good fit wherever he goes. It's just, you're not a #1 receiver, dog. Sorry to tell you, but...
Watch for Jimmy Garoppolo in Arizona. He goes way back. The new head coach, Mike LaFleur, could be an option for that.
Feels like this season is punt city for Miami here, right? $22 million tells you everything you need to know about the quarterback position. It's not a knock on Willis. It's just you're not paying $22 million a year for guys who are going to go out there and help you win 12 games. He's a bridge, like Fowler said. When you have a bad season, you're supposed to get a favorable schedule. Not these guys. They cross over with the NFC North. They play the AFC West, 2 with Buffalo, 2 with New England. The Niners, the Bengals, and the Indianapolis Colts are all on that schedule. Win totals 4.5.
I agree. We need to get younger.
For them is a 4-13 season as they look to continue rebuilding for the future. It's Miami. If they're struggling late in the season, it's easy to kind of enjoy yourself and forget about your troubles on the field.
Hey, you kind of get the feeling we're still on look for A.J. Brown. Still no news here yet.
We are waiting on the A.J. Brown news. They have been sort of entertaining a trade, but it's weird because they're in such cap hell with A.J. Brown because of this huge contract. They're trying to.
But I'm good, man. Just, you know, bowled the tournament yesterday. Just getting through this day today because, you know.
And a second-round pick, and nobody's really going to give that up at this point, despite his elite status. New England has been in on this, so we'll see what they do. Do they go for another receiver like a Romeo Doubs in free agency, or do they make the Brown trade? That will be interesting to see.
If it goes down,
Yeah, he's a solid too. Yes, I agree. But just sometimes, like, the amount of trouble. But Kyle liked him because he's like, he loves to play till the whistle, legitimately. And I agree with that. But
San Francisco 49ers. Just moments after Shrake said, hey, this Evans deal is coming soon. And he believes that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are now out of the conversation for Mike Evans. Adam Schefter says, while you're saying that, Shrakes, let me actually tell you what's happening. The Niners now have a first ballot Hall of Famer, a man who has been able to accomplish great things no matter who's playing quarterback, has won a Super Bowl, has experienced the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from the top all the way down to the bottom. Now he's heading to San Francisco with a litany of weapons and an offense with Brock Purdy guiding it that can certainly put up ridiculous numbers.
I need that this year, Brock.
On the field for Shanahan and Purdy. Good night. Maybe the Niners make a run at this thing.
fucking A, doggy. Tell him, Patrick.
Frenzy zone with the man who put that tweet out. Shefty, what's the deal? How do we get here, pal?
Well, the Niners
I agree.
needed help at wide receiver. Look, they're moving on from Brandon Ayuk this offseason.
Saints need to be good finally.
A situation where Deebo Samuel left last year. So really, Ricky Pearsall is their proven wide receiver. They wanted a veteran presence out there. Mike Evans was interested in leaving Tampa for a variety of factors. And at the Combine, the word on the street all along was that he was interested in leaving. Now, he lives in Houston during the offseason. A lot of people thought initially maybe the Texans. But the Niners are the team that was interested in him. And they were talking today. And I think the hang-up, as we alluded to before, was they were coming together on a deal. And then there was a hiccup like, whoa, hold on. We thought you could do this, or we thought you could do that. And they had to work through that. Now, it's going to be a 3-year deal. It's really a shorter-term deal than that, but it's going to be called a 3-year deal for cap purposes. And this is an emotional departure for both Mike Evans and the Buccaneers. This was the very first draft pick that the Buccaneers general manager Jason Light made in Tampa. Mike Evans is going to be in the Ring of Fame. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He is is an elite wide receiver. For him to leave an organization like that, he just felt like he wanted to try something else, wanted to be in a different offensive system, wanted to see what life was like elsewhere. And so he now will finish his career in San Francisco as a focal part of their offense. The 49ers were in the market for a wide receiver, Mike Evans, to the 49ers on a 3-year deal.
A lot of turnover in Tampa Bay at the offensive coordinator role. Obviously, Baker Mayfield now has been his quarterback for the last couple of years. Tom Brady, Jameis Winston, the list goes on and on. He'll go out there with Kyle Shanahan's offense and Brock Purdy ready to slice and dice. I'm excited to see what Shanahan does with it. I think he's probably pretty excited as well. Let's head over to the free agency fun zone. Trades thought that
I gotta put 2 plug jobs or 2.
I think we brought up the Niners, but still didn't necessarily expect it. Why did they make this play, Shrades? And what does this mean, Orlovsky?
That was so fun, and that is why we do this thing in real time. I was hearing that the Buccaneers were out. Well, why were they out? Because seconds later, we find out that the 49ers had closed the deal. I can't stress it enough, and Adam's done it, and I know at home you're rolling your eyes. The sentimental connection between Mike Evans and that franchise is so strong. Stronger than what Brady had with them. Stronger than what Gronk had. This is a guy who's been there all these years, ups and downs, and is now finally leaving. And it was like, if you love someone, you let them go. And at some point, the Buccaneers said, you know what? If we're going to make it in, okay, go on and explore other options. Derek Gilmore is the agent. He's been with them all along. They worked the deal out, and there were many other interested parties. But 3 years they get on Mike Evans, and he goes to the 49ers, who, yes, were eliminated from the playoffs in a divisional round, but were so injured last year down the stretch. He believes he can still win and still make that top dollar money with the 49ers. I like the fit, but of course it's free agency frenzy on a Monday. I like all the fit. I love the fit for San Francisco. I love the fit for San Francisco. San Francisco, McCaffrey, and as great as CMC is, he led them in basically every offensive category this year, or this past season. Too much of a burden on that football player. So now Mike comes there, Pearsall there. They're probably going to lose Juwan Jennings, who's their dog at wide receiver, do-it-all type of guy. So now
All right, tell me what you guys think.
Last year's the first year that Mike didn't have 1,000 yards receiving, and I think 11 seasons because of injury.
Yeah, there is.
Because he can't play.
All right.
So I love the fit in that regard.
That's the first one?
It's their own fault in a good way. It's because all they do is draft good players.
There's a little too much black in that one, but that's a big black spot right there. I was trying to put some red up in that corner, but that didn't work out well. This is the hustle.
But you can justify not
Put it right there.
for Mike in this situation because you've got people in the
What about that one?
And so, dude, I knew teams that wanted to get in on Mike Evans. I know the Bills wanted Mike Evans. I know the Rams wanted in on Mike Evans. I know that the 49ers wanted in on Mike
that one?
Evans. So I think it's an outstanding signing. And think of Mike Evans down in the red zone with Kyle Shanahan, who's one of the great design guys in the history of the
And that's the phase 2 pearl. Yes, the brown was just a little too light for me, but this is this came out really good right here. That phase 2 looks fucking good. It's good. All right. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna go wash my hands. Just bear with me.
And it's like, all right, 49ers in a wide open NFC. We talk about the Rams and the Seahawks. All right, how about Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers still planting their flag and saying, we're not going anywhere yet?
What does it look like in a Shanahan offense with Mike Evans? How do you think he is used? Because what, we got a lot of like, hey, we need you to do exact stuff. Or is Evans there to go ahead and take one of the safeties out of the box so everything else can open up? How does he directly affect everything else going on whenever you're trying to game plan this Niners?